again, everyone, and welcome back here live on Speed Zone TV. We are now live here with the Palmetto Racing League and the Truck Series running down here in Eldora Speedway for tonight's showcase of hard racing action and pack speed racing. About to come to you live here in Ohio. Hi, everyone, and welcome back here to Speed Zone TV. Great show on hand here coming for you as we've got 11 drivers here ready to bring it down to the house. Yeah, having to be put on the shelf, and that means our regular drivers are going to be put in the gravel and down into the dirt. So let's take a look at our starting lineup here. Is on the pole. We are going to see the number 05, the throttle sent up on the outside, and the number 96. It'll be the Wise, Clayton Wise. Row number 2 is going to be the 14 of Christian, the Dead Man Shriver, and the outside. In the number 2, it is Aaron Vogt. Row number 3 in the number 12, that'll be Aaron Drew Ziegler, the outside, and the number 001 is going to be Doyle Boyd. Row number 4 is Matthew Corley in the number 95, the outside, and at 53 is David Martin. Row number 5 is the 9 of Austin Ziegler, the outside, and at big 83, it's Joshua Fick. Final starter in this one, but donning the 45 from the back to the front, we see Brent Thompson. That is your starting lineup here, race fans. We are getting now ready to roll down onto the track. 75 laps to the distance here. We'll see each and every one of these drivers here trying to put up the number and trying to put up the speed as we bring them back down to that green flag, flying high. It's time to bring it on the dirt. The throttle shunt off auto will go down to the bottom lane here, trying to get some grip from the bottom, top to the top side. Here comes the Wise here as Clayton Wise will get himself one run on the outside. The Dead Man Shriver trying to follow up there, and Aaron Vogt as well, seemingly do much of the same. Otto right now trying to defend the bottom, trying to get some speed off from the distance, kind of cornering up a little bit higher on that there. Shriver has now getting pushed up further and further near into the wall protection up here. And right up against in there as well. The 14 taking a little bit of a clip up there on the side there, as looks like we have ourselves a caution flag out on the track. Caution out on the track here as we'll go to the Speed Zone TV instant replay. Let's take another look at this one here, folks, and let's see what exactly transpired here. We'll bring in the instant replay here back to the television and into your living room right off of turn number 4. Looks like the number 53 of Martin getting right into it there, unfortunately, with the number 9 of Austin Ziegler there. So David Martin and Austin Ziegler matching two lines together and putting two heads one to one another. Unfortunately, they knocked them till they dropped them, and that will cause our first caution to come on out. Transitioning back here as we are obviously on the dirt side of things today, race fans. Last time out, you did see them on the asphalt side, a huge racing expertise there from multiple drivers, ending up getting a huge lineup of guys and gals, just not able to quite take the top honors away. But as we bring him back to the green flag here, jump on the go, and Clayton Wise will lead him down the Mountain Baja Blast. Deep to the inside, though, it's the Dead Man's Hand now looking to grasp the lead. The Dead Man's driver now trying to get a run there on Wise here. Clayton doing everything he can to defend off. Bottle looking on from behind. Tire saving could be a factor here, but you're mostly going to see these drivers just absolutely kicking the speeds up and putting the ground into the dirt. All of that tread, all that rubber trying to build up and break down the lanes and trying to see what they can come to with. Aaron Vogt right now currently holding the 4th spot right now as the other Ziegler right behind him there as well, and the number 12. Vogt again having a couple wins this season already, and now just trying to continue on as we have a new leader here. Shriver has passed Clayton Wise. Clayton has got to go into offensive mode. Went from defensive, he's going to offense. Here comes Fly Job City, opens their doors to 2. But one's coming out of this one unscathed. That is the 14. Dead Man clearing the way and clearing the grass. They didn't put enough dirt on him, it seems. And now he is looking to try to keep the momentum going as Clayton looks to try to catch back up to him. Thompson as well. Now you see him running back down hard on the track here. Last time out, had an absolute fight out there with that 14 there at Homestead Miami Speedway, almost getting himself the win, but ended up finding himself in a bit of a leg up, burned off tire set. Couldn't quite keep it down on the momentum. He's right now currently trying to hold off that 001 of Doyle Boyd. Doyle doing what he can right now, just trying to stay one step ahead of the track and trying to stay ahead of the transitions here. And again, these drivers got to be feeling like they're literally a fish out of water right now. Again, they're so used to running on the asphalt side. Now all of a sudden having to run on the dirt links here. I got to believe it's definitely changing their game plans up and changing their strategies. They're trying to face each other in such a hard distance. That's a hard knock right off of turn number 2 for the 95 and the 9. As Matthew Courtley, unfortunately, getting tagged and blown down. Caution will fly on out. Austin Ziegler and Matthew Corley making a meeting of the minds yet again, and a major little dilemma there. Here comes your Speed Zone TV instant replay. Take a look at this real quick. You saw it right on your leaderboard there. Corley up on the high side, Ziegler on the bottom. Try to come up and know where to go. And again, it's hard to see when you're running on the dirt because again, you don't know exactly where each driver may be or where they're placed at. And just a horrible break there for Courtley as he gets completely tagged and blown around. Massive hit and collision. That will complete the Speed Zone TV instant replay. Now going to have to fall back into square number 1 again. That's usually how it goes around these parts of towns. And once again, a massive development and issues delayed up on the track. Field now getting ready to roll it back to the green. We're back underway. Driver will lead him. Pottle, Wise, and Vogt right behind him. Lap traffic now up all the way there. Corley going to try and stay out of that mess and trying to keep away from troublesome zones. As the 14 looks to continue his power on the track. Dirt driving background. He didn't drive on asphalt. He was always born and raised on the dirt. He knows nothing else, and that's translated to the asphalt side as well. Many of the greats coming from it, like Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, even Alex Bowman, and so many other greats in today's name and generation. Although I think we need to get that caution thing off our little side there. We still have it green right now. That's the thing about lifetime around here, folks. Life shows you will have them problems sometime. I think a good friend of mine once said that. Why still trying to find a little bit of a lane up, trying to find some speed. Meanwhile, back in the pack here, we're looking from the side. Here comes Ziegler as well as Thompson, as both drivers right now doing what they can to try to keep up momentum. And again, this is an open setup race today. This is not the fix usually you see for asphalt. They didn't have a fix for the Eldora setup, so they're running full open in this race, which means there are drivers that took time, effort, and lots of amount of energy just to get the part tweaked, to get the momentum figured out, to get the right sliding position, to get the crux to stabilize most at when they need it. Just really just trying to find anything they can just to complete their driving style. And some of them really are just trying to figure out what lane they can control and what lane they can drive. Again, dirt is not asphalt. There's no grip. It's slipping and sliding. And speaking of slipping and sliding, Arden right now getting trapped up by the leaders here. Goes to the high side, gets away, and Wise and Shriver yet again still battling hard for that position. Both guys right now look to be the favorites in terms of who can figure out the dirt quicker. Wise right now currently trying to see what he can do and looking right in that front view. And I guarantee you that 14 is not looking in that rear view. The only thing he cares about is really just seeing what's right in front of him. And that's exactly what he got to do. He tries to get away from Joshua Fix right down for the top. Back to the middle and sends it right back down. No grab for Wise. Wise tried to find a way around him and had nowhere to go and ended up having to lose that position. That could have been a golden opportunity there. He will not give up, though, as he's going to try to build that momentum back up yet again. He is still in the mix. Now on our lap trap car right up ahead. Matthew Corley right in front of him. Both guys just absolutely digging their heels in and just trying to get one over on the other. This Palmetto Racing League Series presented by Workman Outdoors and VB Race right now. Absolutely putting on a clinic. You don't need more than two guys to put on a show on the dirt side. As caution as a brood. We have a caution out on the track here. We're going to the Speed Zone TV Instant Replay. We're going to present this one today, Barton, by our friends at Workman Outdoors. Let's take a look at the replay here. David Martin, the number 53. Again, this could just be troubled right now. He's just unfortunately suffering through, but you can see coming right off turn number 4, flip, dip, flip, and tripped it around. And he flips the trip on everybody there. Pausing for the caution to come out. That will bring us to another one. Timing, effort, and execution so critical and so crucial in these races here, folks. You just got to believe more than anything that everybody is literally set in motion and just trying to get what they can nailed down on the track and do what they got. Wise right now currently talking with his crew chief and trying to also make sure that we can get our iRacing screen back up here. Hold on a minute. That seems our Borders team decided to have a little time on the show here. As we bring it back to the green, off of turn number 4, flick that caution light off, back to the green, we're waving them. Pottle down on the bottom lane now, trying to see what they can do. Both drivers absolutely trying to keep the crew chiefs at bay and trying to figure out what they can do and what they can set up here. And every driver right now is extremely tight and close on those restarts, but once you get the run going and then the consistency comes into play, that's where you need the rhythm. We talk about it all the time when you're running on asphalt. You need a good rhythm and a good strategy depending on your tires, fuel, and run. Again, no worries about fuel here, so now it all depends on timing and execution, as Wise has now thrown the old slide job back at Driver, but Driver crossing him back down the bottom. He makes the roof off. Ziegler and Fix and Boyd now, those three are now in a bit of a heat there. You see that 0-1 down there. That is Boyd. He is right now in the hunt, and he's trying to get up there to Thompson. Thompson looking for another good point today and some good positioning. As all drivers right now continue to make their way through the ranks, but they're all after these top 3 right now. They seem to be the ones that have maintained the speeds and maintained the power the fastest here. Yeah, the crazy thing, it seems like you kind of watch what Wide's doing. He's letting it sling in a little bit harder. You got to believe he's driving it in deeper, and he's trying to get more power on the track. Driver, though, almost seems like he's just keeping that rear end nice and stable and just keeping it nice and straight. Almost lifting when he has to, and then building more speed off when he needs to. But he's only gripping hard when he needs that run entering in the entry. He's keeping it nice and stable on the straight. Wise is losing speed. Oh, almost lost everything, though, to the 14 as he gets right up there side-swiping with Martin. Both drivers okay, thankfully, but man, that could have been nasty there. Lap traffic getting right in the way yet again. But I was just about to say yet again with folks here, as we look at it again, you see just that difference overall. Again, Wise is getting a better entry, but he's not getting the exit because, again, you can see how loose he's coming off that lane. And now he's going to try to send it back to the bottom. Here comes another slider for another one. Oh, but the 14 saw him coming and says, no, I do not want to eat some White Castles today. He says you can have them. And he is giving it right back to him as much as he's throwing it down on there. Down below on lane, here comes Boyd and Thompson. You got a good battle going on between 4. That's 5th spot. Top 5 in Preston. Oh, and a major catastrophe happened there for Boyd. Boyd has smashed in the whole front end on that machine. It is completely tore up. Trying to get it back into pit road before that caution is going to have to brew out. Looks like he will refire, but the caution is out. Oh, and it looks like he decided to give the old 9 of Austin Ziegler a little tag on the side there, old love tap as we like to refer to him. Here is the Speed Zone TV and replay presented in part by friends at VB Racing. Taking a look at it, see what exactly happened. Looks like team off, right? Oh! Can't quite tell who that was in front of him. I only got a little bit of a glimpse of it. I'm going to assume that might have been the 83 of Joshua Fix here. Oh, yep, that is the 83. I did catch that. I saw that purple there. I've gone on enough of these broadcasts to know which one's which. Yeah, the 83 of Joshua Fix just completely ditching it right into the wall. Try to get out of there quick enough. Not quick enough indeed. And unfortunately, Boyd on the receiving end, he'll go into the repair shop. He's going to order himself up an instant repair special. Now all drivers now going to get ready to reel back down on the track here. One more lap to green here as you get them all riled up and set up. Again, they're all hunting down that 14. On his turf, as he puts it. They say you call the dead man the one that has been buried in the dirt but refuses to die. Well, what do you do when literally he's back in his territory? You get a race like what you got going on right now. Wise, Pottle, Vogt, Ziegler, and Thompson all want to try to find a leg up on him and try to find some speed. Keep it towards the top side, looking to try to keep momentum hard and down on the track. Clayton looking for his opportunity. Back to the green, we send him. And there you go, slap on the back there and a little bit of a tag on the side. Big shot there from Pottle. Pottle getting right in there with Wise there. His driver now will dig his heels in again. He's going to try and make that thing dig into the dirt some more. Wise right now doing everything he can just to try to catch back up there to him, try to get some lane up on him. Both drivers right now in a dogfight for position, and caution is out once more. Austin is out on the speedway here. We're going back to the Speed Zone TV instant replay. We're gonna need to figure out what the heck exactly transpired that caused this one. Pop the replay up here right now here, folks. Here comes the Speed Zone TV instant replay. You'll see what exactly transpired here that caused that little dilemma to happen here. Here it is coming off of turn number 4 this time by. You can see, looks like up. Well, with a little bit of puff of smoke coming out of that A3, I think that might have been the engine that went. And he's going to put it into the infirmary, if you will, for trucks and get another fix up on that. What a tough break there for Joshua Fix. Once again, finding himself in just another mess that he probably wasn't wanting to put anyone in or find himself in himself. We're going to bring us back to the runs here and down to the green once more here, folks. Back up here we go. Looks like we might have a little bit of a problem on our end here, folks. Looks like we might need to get back up. There we go. Trying to get him back on the circuit here. Looks like we might have a little camera issue here. There we go. I'll say this to anybody out there that wants to try to figure out the joys of live timing. I guarantee you will be really hard pressed to find anyone that can actually view this on a daily basis and easily as it is without the issues popping up here. Here back to the green flag. It is not the unofficial results here, folks. We're still going green here. Although, honestly, if that was the end of the race right there, that would have definitely been the 14s to lose as they come right back off the turn. Oh, man. Caution out. Wait, no, caution not out. Excuse me. They were going to run this one. He refires it. He's going to keep it going. And that field right now got to be literally just thinking, what on earth happened there? Pottle, your new leader, and Wise probably just trying to figure out if he did that coming off that turn, if that was something he really wanted to do, or if it was just something that kind of fell into his lap. Either way, he's got to park it right up top. He's into the 0-5. He's not giving her an inch. Got trapped behind the 14. Now he's trapped behind the 0-5, and he seems to not give an inch or not give a darn. He wants to get all of that yarn. $100 on the line tonight for this race. Throws a huge one right there at the 0-5. Pottle's loose down and into the wall, costing a bruise. Caution is out on the track, unfortunately, and they could probably take a guess there what happened, but unfortunately, caught right up on the turn and all the rough and tumbling and fighting you see there on dirt race, and unfortunately gets the better of the 0-5. And probably, if anything, benefited that 96 quite a bit. Took out the one he was having a hard time trying to pass. Next thing you know, just found the right time to slide Job City it. And unfortunately takes the receiving end up onto that 0-5 down there. Good Lord, what a absolutely crazy, crazy situation we have run through in this past half of racing. We're going to lead them back down. Damage on that 96 makes you wonder, does that play a factor? The 14 is now back in there as well. He's got damage as well. Pottle as well with some damage. But that gives Ziegler and Boyd and a lot of others a chance here to put this one on the march. Back into that green flag zone. Here we go. Again, I'm just going to remind you guys, ignore the checker flag spot. As we don't ignore what's going on right up ahead. Oh! Driver right in there once again there with that 96 of Wise. And man, that's a pileup back there. It's not good. Oh, boy. Piling up down on the backstretch. We're going to have to go to the replay here, and that might have been more chaotic and calamity than usually you see in a NASCAR Cup race these days. Good Lord. Boy. We'll take another look at it here and see what the heck transpired here. PVR Esports saying go, number 45, Grandpa. Little love there for Thompson. Looks like Shriver slightly up there, kind of catches that 96. And then Wise nowhere to go. I mean, he had to get back on the throttle, and he pretty much just put the 14 back in his place. Probably not too thrilled as Ziegler, you see, getting into the other Ziegler. The attack on Ziegler's there, and Matthew Corley just, unfortunately, a lone survivor in that little tip here. TVR Esports saying great announcer work. TVR Esports, thank you so much for the comment. Really does mean a lot for you. Remember, guys, if you have not already as well, be sure to like, follow here, and subscribe on our YouTube channel here. Check us out whenever we go live here. We appreciate you, and we will be seeing you tomorrow night as well. We're heading back down here with Lightning Esports. Should be another classic after the tough race in there at IRP. What does the next race in the playoffs have in mind? You'll see tomorrow night live here on Speed Zone TV. Our other fellow announcer down there, Mr. Robert Warrens, will be taking care of that and doing his part on the job. You'll see a couple of these drivers, even here you're seeing a Palmetto racing down there in the Lightning side. As we now get ready to crank them back up onto the drive here and get them ready to roll back out onto the speedway here. And it looks like we may have a little pause in the feed here. We need to get that squared up. There we go. We got it back here. Guys, I swear, I wish it was as easy as we just took a hammer to the computer box and just make sure that it works properly, but this isn't a cartoon. We do that. Well, we're just asking for trouble. Likewise, saying good announcing down there. Clayton, thank you for joining us on here on the show. Ready to roll him back onto the inside there. Vogt will have his run there, and now Vogt, he's had a good couple of race wins already this season, and he's also had a good little run there in his practice. Now, can he hold off a hard charger? There's that 96, that 05 up there as they roll him back to the green. Vogt up there on the side. Almost gets right in there with the 14. This driver will move his way back on the outside. Clayton now trying to get away. Looking to ditch the traffic and get out of here. He wants nothing to do with anybody now. He just wants to hope for the best and hope for a run. It's a long, long road ahead. You can see him putting that entire rear side cup up on the wall. As is the 14, they're kind of clamming up on the top. That slows them down a bit. You can't get a good ride off that wall without using the rear end spoiler. But if you go too hard on that spoiler, that will actually make it much harder to control into the distance. As you're seeing every driver right now just trying to do their best to hang on. Caution out again. This time with 05 of Pottle. Seems to have gone for a quick little spin out down there off of turn number 1. Let's go to the Speed Zone TV instant replay and figure out what the heck happened here. Coming down on that front straightaway here. Rolled it hard, catches the wall, and oh boy, tires locking up badly and absolutely losing it off the turn. You can see when those front wheels, they lock up like that, that means the truck is way too loose and can't recover it. And that's exactly what these drivers have been fighting all day long. Not easy, and it's been extremely tough to deal with. And you can see how tough that was for the throttle paddle. So far, a year in the 2025 season campaign, already has a win under her belt. She got that back in Lightning Esports of the ARCA series there at Knoxville Raceway. Another track that is as tough to beat out as it is here, like Eldora Speedway. The only difference is from the high banks to the flat tracks. That makes the difference in these kind of races. We're going to have 14 laps left to go here. Wise, Driver, Vogt, Boyd, Pottle, Thompson, top 6. Rolling them off here, waiting for the green flag. They do not have a restart zone, so they must go on the green for the dirt. Definitely changes things up a bit here as they move their way back onto the drive, and here we go again. Down to the bottom there. Ah! Page Driver right into Pottle, and everyone, Corley, Ziegler, as well as Martin, all in the mix here. Good Lord, that caution is a brewing once more. Oh, no, 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 no. The dirt right now is winning, and right now that pace truck is currently leading this race here for the last bit, it seems. The madness continuing again. They want that prize check. They want to win that winner's check here. That is for certain. You can't blame them, but man, they are absolutely getting cooked by the dirt. The dirt taking one up on them. Let's take a look at the replay. Did Driver go down the bottom too quick? Right there. That's a bit of a racing ordeal if you ask me, but it looks like Vogt did come up a little bit too quick. Didn't know where that 14 was, and the next thing you know, well, the old 14 became what his name is on the side of that truck, and that, unfortunately, is not a good name you want entitled on yourself. And you can see Corley, unfortunately, getting taken right in as well. Everybody in that mix-up. What a tough break there. DVR literally shock horror and just absolutely, I don't know how the heck we got some of those emotes and emojis is what they call them anymore. I'm still used to the old days of the internet where it was just you had text chat and you had literally used semicolons and parentheses just to make funny faces. They've definitely gotten creative here. I know Twitch has done the same thing, so I guess I'm just a little bit old school around these parts of town. Rolling back here, we've got 10 laps here to go. Can Wise get this one cleared out, or will Boyd be kind of a shootout here and be kind of an underdog scenario? We're going to find out. Green flag falls, back on the track. Flinging it back to the outside once again. Oh, Vogt once again getting it into the 14 there. You saw it just on your very corner little screen there, but Wise has got the lead. And he is marching hard on that wall right now. He's trying to use every ounce of this track. He knows if they catch up to him, he's in trouble. He's going to try to do everything he can to try to keep him away. Right in the bottom lane now from the outside. Now the 14 trying to make some moves up. Slide tag there on the 05. Now trying to get right up ahead, trying to throw the slide job. This time Pottle backing out before she gets too loose, and the 14 makes use of it. Like a thief in the night, the 14 has saw a door open and just snuck right in. Now he has to find a way around Boyd here as he's looking to catch the Wise. The Wise one right now is trying to become what Paul Heyman is in the WWE here and trying to take full control of the scenario. Whoa, wait a minute, look out. Oh, no. Trouble yet again. He starts slipping off there off turn 1 and now right back into the wall. Caution, a bruise for the 05. TVR Esports saying that the number 45 didn't mean to hit that number 2 down low, couldn't get slowed down, and they also having connection issues. Haven't quite seen too much of it, but we have been hearing from the crew chiefs down there. As you can see what happened with this replay here. Unfortunately, that 05 once again just absolutely getting a tore up truck, and at this point just getting into more trouble. than she ever would have expected, nor does she ever usually get into. What a tough right there for her and the team. We're down to the final laps here, and now timing, execution, and momentum going to be extremely big here on the spotlight. The question is, will they be able to put this one under wraps? With 3 laps left to go, folks, 2 damaged up trucks, and a whole field of drivers just trying to claim the bounty. Which one will it be? Will it be the Wise? Will it be the Dead Man? Will it be a Lone Boyd? Will it be a Grandpa and Thompson? Or maybe Vogt, or even Martin comes out of nowhere? We're about to find out. 3 laps to shoot it out. Wise immediately to the bottom, trying to defend and block off that 14's run. He'll shoot it up on the top, now trying to gain some ground. Boyd is trapped up there with Thompson, and now Pottle right on the bottom as well. Every driver right now mixing it up here with only 2 laps to go. Green flag flying there. We got 2 to go. Wise right now again using the rear end, just trying to keep it straight and trying to keep it centered. He knows if he gets one slip up, he's in trouble. They are both almost there. You're going to be 96. He gets up in the wall and gets a little too much of that wall protection with the white flag in the air. He got slowed down because of that. Now the 14 just trying to find one more opening. But has the damage taken its toll? That seems to be. We'll have to find out as they roll it right off, right into the wall, full steam ahead. The Wise is coming home $100 richer in Eldora. Driver will go second, third will go to Pottle, Boyd will go fourth, and fifth will go to Thompson, rounding out your top 5 in a absolutely massive run out from point A to point B. Nobody gave an inch there. A hard, long road and fight from the top to the bottom. Fires shooting out, fireworks coming by. There is your winner here in Eldora for Palmetto Racing League in the Workman Outdoors VB Racing Series. The truck winner will be the Wise in his first race of the season here. And I guess if anything, you might as well go when you know you can take a shot at victory. Congratulations to that 96 here as he will take it around, celebrating with his friends and family there, as you see. Flames shooting all over the place and just giving a sense of closure here. Looks like he maybe might want to go put it down on the top there. There is a little victory lane spot, just like in Knoxville. There is one there too, but I think he wants to go to the top of this one. There's a couple tracks we've seen around here that iRacing's developed here to give you this little sense of feeling and love. And there it is, folks. There he is, your winner, the number 96 of Clayton Wise. We'll give a quick second, as we always do, see if any of the top 3 would like to talk. 14 is saying no, and Pottles, it looks like, is saying no as well, saying the crew chiefs. Let's just go ahead and wrap up for our end here. Here is your final result, though, as we're waiting on anyone else here by chance. Clayton Wise getting the victory here, taking one home for his Premier Racing Setup Shop team. The Deadman Christian Shriver and Shriver Inc. Competitive Metal Racing League as well. Also taking one in there. The Throttle Chantel Pottle Pedal Metal Racing, as well as the other side of her coin, the throttle industry, using good use of momentum, getting into the top 3. Doyle Boyd giving himself a nice little 4th, and 5th for Brent Thompson, and a great showing for all of them there. That will definitely help out for their point side here the longer it goes into the season. Receiving no more word here, folks. It looks like we might be going ahead and send this one on down to the house into completion mode. Race fans and drivers alike, thank you guys so much for coming on board here. We do appreciate you commenting and saying how much fun it was, and hopefully we did as much for the broadcast as you did for the track. From all of us here at Speed Zone TV, we appreciate Palmetto Racing League and Workman Outdoors and VB Racing for coming on board. Until next time, race fans, take care of yourselves. Be good. We'll see you tomorrow night for Lightning Esports. But until then, good night, everybody.